just gonna be ranking these boys, based off what I do know from them. This video will be going on YouTube. Well, I'll make it a video and then go and put it on YouTube, the VOD, or whatever. This is a new thing, kind of just testing the just chatting areas, see how it goes. So hope you enjoy. We're gonna start from the top left, and we're gonna go down. I'm gonna go start with the Anglo-Saxons. These are definitely not the oldest here. Maybe one of the newer ones actually. And you know, I'm pretty sure these are like more English around people in that area, and it's kind of interesting, but there's not really anything as fun. Just a few wars, I guess, which are like basic night wars. So I'm gonna put it C. I don't know. I could be wrong on exactly where they are. I have heard things about Atlantis, about how it used to be like one of the cities of the world or something. That had like the best technology. Then it was like flooded and stuff. It sounds interesting, but there doesn't seem to be like a whole lot of history on it. But I do think I'd put it above Anglo-Saxons. The Aztecs, there was a lot of, you know, children sacrifices and stuff like that, which is not good. But their designs, their building designs, and their way of living, besides that stuff, was interesting. And I think I'd put them like uh, a little over B. I'm putting the farther left they are, the higher ranked they are on the thing. Um, Babylon was pretty interesting. I believe Hammurabi's code is around this time. Um, they had some pretty cool dudes. So and back, I think the more ancient the history, the more interesting it is because they just they're just more interesting. So I'd put it probably put it A, I think actually. Bantu, I'm not really sure. They either look Native American or African, and I'm just not as interested in that stuff, so I'm gonna put them C. Carthage was cool. You got Hannibal, the Punic Wars against Rome. Those are interesting history, so I'm gonna put it. I like their elephant warfare and stuff, so I'm gonna put it a little bit of a lower A than Babylon, but still interesting. The Celts, I guess they're interesting. I don't know all too much about the Celts, honestly. I've forgotten a lot about them. I'm just gonna put them like mid C. Egyptians, honestly, they're just S tier. All the stuff they did, the pyramids, the Sphinx, and all the plagues and stuff, is just very interesting. They got nice mythology and everything about them, their designs and everything. It was just a pretty cool group. And the Franks were kind of just some Frenchmen who were a little crazy and kind of boring. So I'm gonna put them above Celts, but below Anglo-Saxons. Goths and all about the same right here. Just a decent time period, but nothing too crazy. Now the Greeks. The Greeks, they had an interesting way of living. The philosophers like Aristotle, Socrates, etc. I don't. Yeah, they were Greek. Yeah. And then their way of having democracies and stuff. More of a republic, I think. Actually, no, it's probably democracy. Uh, they were interesting, and Sparta was cool. The Spartans are quite and the interesting breed, and the Athens are a little bit more democratic and stuff. Political, I think I'd actually put them above Babylon. I don't know. I like Greeks. Might be a little biased. Han, this seems like one of the Chinese empires. and honestly, I'm not too knowledgeable on those. There's a lot of stuff that went on then, and I just think that I would probably put it. Chinese empires usually they're interesting, so I'll put it in like high C because they're most of the time quite interesting if you know what it is. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. Huns. Huns were definitely interesting. So I'm gonna also put them around there. The Indians, I'm not really interested. The Israelites, they're pretty cool. I think I'd put them A. Probably like right there. The Manchu, I don't know who they are, and can't really tell from there. I don't know, they don't look interesting. Maybe they are interesting. Mayans, they're pretty interesting. They got some cool structures too, like Rome. I'm not sure if these guys are the rainforest, if they were in the rainforest area, but they look kind of like they're in the same habitat as the Aztec people. The Mongols are, you know, that was kind of, they were kind of crazy people. Did a lot of fighting and stuff. I'm actually gonna put on B. Neolithics. I'm assuming these are just ancient people, but I don't really know much about them, and I don't really care as much. Normans. These Frenchmen, or I think they're Frenchmen. I don't really know. I don't know why I'm blanking on. I don't know. I think they get E still though. I mean, look at that guy. Just because that guy right there, he gets an E. Same with the Neolithics. I'm just not interested in that stuff. I'm more interested in like how people acted and the art designs and everything in like Greek, Roman times and Egyptians. The Parthians, they look like they're also about medieval times because it looks like he has chainmail on. Not haven't heard of him, so not that interesting. Persians, they were pretty interesting. Um, a lot. They had played a pretty big role in history. A lot of fighting that they participated in that got some pretty cool battles. So I think I'd put right there in B. Phoenicians, where Dido came from originally, which was like exiled and went to Carthage. They're that's about all. I mean, they had some cool fighting and stuff, I guess. But that's all I can think of. The PIE, I don't know, but that looks like a bad symbol right there. But then they look too old. Romans, there's just so much stuff that if they went around as long as they would, I wouldn't put them in S tier. And honestly, they probably are overrated. But they were around for so long and they had so many interesting things that happened that I think I just had to put them in S tier. The Scythians, another medieval thing, it seems. I'm just not that interested in every single medieval people. The sea people. Honestly, I don't know who the sea people are, but they look kind of interesting. And so I'll put them above Franks. I don't know, they look like they're about maybe a little bit after Egypt's big time or around that time. Not really sure. This looks crazy. Honest, that looks interesting. This looks like another like Atlantis thing. I don't know what these are. I'm not the most knowledgeable person on histories and stuff. I don't even think histories is a word. Maybe it is. So I don't know. They look interesting. I'm kind of curious from this photo who they are. So I'm gonna put them above them. And see, and then Vikings. I think they're high A or S here. Um, they were just quite interesting in their fighting and just a lot of conquering and stuff. Surprised there's nothing on barbarians actually. I think I'm gonna put them like top of A. They're I'll put them on top of A, but well I'll put them second top. Put them a little under Greeks because they're cool. Their ships are cool, and the way they just like ran up on the shore and attacked people. I believe that was them. That was interesting and all. But I think I just would find Greeks were interesting, Romans were interesting, and Egyptians were interesting. Just a lot more going with the Romans, and the Egyptians were just cool. These people might be, I know they're like the common groups that you think of when you're like thinking of history. Like these are probably two of the first ones that you'd think of. But even though they're everyone likes them, I don't know that that would change them from still deserving S tier. So I'm gonna say they still deserve pretty high up. And yeah, so I this is a short stream, but hope you enjoyed it. And I will probably be uploading this as on timeline Tuesdays on YouTube.